Hi guys! So this week's adventure is all about going to Walt Disney World. We've gone twice before with our kids. This was Finn's first time going, so we were pretty excited to do all the stuff that he liked. But we always have a good time when we go to Disney, and I thought I'd do something a little different this time. Normally our videos are all about what we did and how much fun we had and all the things we got to see and do, but since lots of people have been to Disney and it's kind of the same for everybody, I thought I would instead talk about 5 budget tips I have for if you want to go to Walt Disney World. As far as a place to stay, there are many different options. Tons of resorts. I would highly recommend staying on one of the resorts because you just get the Disney feel on the resort. They do everything the Disney way. It's always overdone, themed to the max. They do it great. This past time we spent one night at a value resort at the Art of Animation, and it was really cute. So we spent one night at the Art of Animation, checked it out. Finn got to see Lightning McQueen and Mater, which was the whole reason we went there. And then we spent the rest of our week at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village. So as far as where to stay and how to book, this is the second time we have used a rental company. So the company we used is DVC Rental Store, and I couldn't be more happy with them. They've done a great job for us, and their communication is great, and everything's gone well, and we've always had great trips. So basically what DVC Rental Store does is vacation club owners who aren't going to use their points will essentially sell them their leftover points or the unused points, and then they will put them out for you to essentially rent or use those points at a cost, but it's still far cheaper than just booking straight through Disney. There are some things to keep in mind when you do that, so I would recommend you go to their website and check it out, see if it's for you. But if you are into staying at a deluxe resort in a villa, it's the way to go. So I can vouch for them. They've always done a great job for us. So that's budget tip number 1, rent points. So budget tip number 2, use a grocery delivery service. We've always used Garden Grocer, and we've been more than happy with them. In fact, the last time I had one issue with a product, and they were more than happy to accommodate to bring us a replacement, and I can't say anything bad about them. They did a great job. So what we do typically is we get water bottles, snacks, and breakfast items through Garden Grocer, and you can pre-plan it. They deliver it to your hotel. It's in bell service waiting for you, and it's even refrigerated items they can keep. And all you have to do when you get there is call bell service and let them know you're there, and they will bring it to your room. So that's a really convenient way to save on snacks, and if you're like us and you like to get up and just eat breakfast in the room in the morning before you get going, it's a great way to save money and kind of expedite the whole process, because it can get pricey going to the cafeteria every day. Budget tip number 3, utilize quick service restaurants. I don't know that this was always the case, but now Disney has a ton of good options for quick service. I love their sit-down meals, but I can find just as good of food if you really research the quick service restaurants. You can find really good stuff. My all-time favorite place to eat is Geyser Point in Wilderness Lodge. So if you ever make it over there, you got to check it out. The food is phenomenal, the prices are great, and it's just a nice place to sit. It's like a lounge, there's a bar there, but it's very family friendly, and it sits right by the water, so it's relaxing and just a nice view while you eat a really good meal. Budget tip number 4 is use Disney Springs. There is tons of activities to do at Disney Springs. So, and it's all free, but you don't have to pay to get into Disney Springs. There's lots of restaurants to eat at there, so you could basically spend an entire day at Disney Springs. And budget tip number 5, my last budget tip, is use your resort. Especially if you're staying at a deluxe resort, there is no point in paying all that money to stay at a really nice resort with great customer service and themed to the max if you're not going to use it, all the activities that they have there. So we stayed, like I said, we stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and they hand out a recreation schedule in the beginning of your stay. And just look it over. There is so much to do. Now, we only spent, of the 7 days we were there, we only did 2 full days in a park, and then we had our Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween day, which was essentially a half day in the park. So we had a couple days where we just hung around the resort. But the pool is amazing. There's water slide, there's a kids splash area, there's tons of stuff to do for the kids. So if you're into hanging out at the pool all day, you can do that. If your kids are into educational activities, there was so much for the kids to do.
Your smile, there's a fire that ignites at the bottom of my heart. Ooh, me, oh my, if we open our eyes, I think we're both gonna find that it's a wonderful life. Ha! Me, oh my, it's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life with you by my side. Me, oh my, it's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life with you by my side. Me, oh my, it's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life with you by my side. Me, oh smile, there's a fire that ignites at the bottom of my heart. Ooh, me, oh my, if we open our eyes, I think we're both gonna find that it's a wonderful life.
There's so many other things I could talk about with Disney, but I just wanted to give you my top 5 budget tips. If you have any questions at all, comment below, and if you have any other tips that I didn't talk about, I'd love to hear them, because I'm sure we will go back, and I'm always looking for new ideas. One of my all-time favorite moments of this trip, and honestly I wasn't even present for it. I had to stay back with Finn because he wasn't big enough to go on rides, but Jim took Sydney and Piper on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which they were a little apprehensive about getting on because they, you know, especially Piper, she's a little young, she hasn't been on a lot of rides, so she was a bit nervous, but they said they were going to try it. And when they got off, they were all excited to tell me how much fun they had. Then I went back and watched the video, and I'm not really sure if she had a good time or not, but you can decide for yourself.
Here we go, we're launching.
Okay, Cindy,
Let's do it! Here we go!
we're almost done, right?
Yeah. Dinosaurs! Oh!
We're done?
Yes.
Well, that was fun. Was it, Piper? Yeah.
It wasn't that bad, was it?